And with that, like we said, it's innovation, right? And one of the best innovations happening over the last several months in the field of generative AI. And with that, I would like to request Mr. Anton Tomchenko, Chief Revenue and Solutions Officer, Hexaware, to come and deliver his keynote on generative AI, the next frontier of human-centric creativity and innovation.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Pivot 2023. We live in extraordinary era where technology revolution unfolds before our eyes. Many of you have spoken to computer, and computer understood you.
And sometimes spoke back to you. My name is Anton Tomchenko. I am Chief Revenue and Solutions Officer at Hexaware Technologies. At Hexaware, we turn in cutting-edge technologies to the practical solutions. I'm very excited and honored to be part of this event today, and I'm happy to take you through the journey through generative AI. We'll talk about how it's reshaping the creativity, productivity of the human, and why it's important for everyone. So let's start. Before we talk about AI, I wanted to talk a little bit about our brain. Everyone here has a quite sophisticated intelligence system, which is called brain. What is brain? Brain consists of around 87 billion of neurons. And this number is quite huge. It's comparable to the number of galaxies in observable universe, which is from 100 to 200 billions. But to understand the complexity of human intelligence, we really should count the connections between neurons. And each neuron has about 6,000 connections to other neurons. If you multiply, we come into a number of 500 trillion, which is huge. And this 500 trillion connections, or synaptic connections, or synapses, is actually the basics of human intelligence. So we are, everywhere here, is a living example of huge complexity. Now, what is artificial intelligence? Ilya Sutskever, one of the creators of OpenAI, summarized it in a very simple way. Neural network is a digital brain inside of the computer. Sounds very simple, but of course it was not so simple to create this. And comparing to traditional software, when we given the instructions to the computer and computer executes the instructions, in AI, we work with the models similar to our neural networks. And we train these models on a lot of data. We given the model the samples, the data, and then we show in what is expected result for what we want to achieve. And to achieve this, to make it practical, to make it really efficient, it took a lot of time and a lot of computer advancement. So it would not be possible without all the current technological progress like cloud computing, infrastructure, modern processors, and it took a lot of time. And AI generally can solve quite complex problems, quite practical. It can accelerate the scientific progress. It can solve some amazing problems like drug discovery. For instance, the AI can predict if the drug will be successful and how it will work in our bodies. Or in astronomy, in physics, AI can help to discover the anomalies from the pictures taken from the telescopes, discover new galaxies and new worlds. And now we come to the world of generative AI, GenAI. So what is generative AI? The next step for the AI evolution is when AI can actually create some meaningful content. From very simple things like predicting what is the next word in the statement to very complex tasks. Like ChatGPT, for instance, is based on the large language model or LLM, and it can generate meaningful text. It can communicate with us. We can talk to it, and it can talk back, and it can generate a lot of content. But there are a lot of other systems that are developing right now. A couple of months ago, Google announced Google Lyria, which is AI for the music creation. And it's quite impressive. You can just sing to a microphone, and AI takes this input and processes it and creates music. So you don't have to play any instrument anymore. You can just sing with your natural voice. You don't have to even know the notes. And the system creates the meaningful music. Isn't it impressive? One other example. Many of us have kids, and the kids play games, and there is a game, Roblox, very popular game. So several months ago, I was at the webinar done by Roblox engineers, and one of the senior engineering leaders explained how GenAI accelerates the process of game creation and game design. If in the past, game designers had to program everything, just this is a tree, this is the building, now they can just talk in a natural language to the system and create the digital worlds. Like I envision there is a tree, there is a purple sky, there is a building here, the people are moving there, and the system creates the environment. But it's just the first step, because in the nearest future, you can imagine the game can start creating itself. When players given some input, the game start creating the different scenes, the different worlds, and the work of creators will be in explaining the model and defining the rules of the worlds, while the system will create the game on its own. And there is many more. But what is super impressive? ChatGPT became very popular because it deals with a very simple, understandable things, the text. And this system got 100 million users in just 2 months. This is 15 times faster than Instagram. And this is almost 5 times faster than TikTok, which was another hype of the recent years. And it's not just very fast, it's unprecedented. This was never happening before in the 30 years of software engineering, computer science. And this actually means a lot, because now we come into the era when people can actually use it widely and for many different things. Why should we pay attention to it? And what should we do about it? If you look at this number, only 14% of US adults actually tried ChatGPT. About 35-40% of US adults heard about it, but only 14% tried. And I read another interesting article about C-level executives in US companies. And although through US executives around 80-90% heard about it, only 5-10% actually tried it, got their hands dirty. And this is quite shocking, because it's a technology that is done for everyone. And some people thinking about the danger, the jobs going to disappear, but I think about it as the similar example from 70s, when secretaries were afraid to lose their jobs to the machines. But in fact, they lost the jobs to their bosses. and to people who use the machines. So this is exactly what is happening right now. And it's not about machines taking the jobs. It's about unprecedented improvement of individual productivity. This is what we face. On this slide, that's actually a very funny story because I was working on the slide while flying here to Bangalore, and I was about to say the Amazon, the Microsoft announcement, Copilot, Amazon Q, and I was about to say that Google will likely announce something maybe in April. And literally, while I was flying on the airplane, there was an announcement. Thanks to Wi-Fi on the airplane, I read it, and Google 2 days ago released the new AI called Gemini, which is the most advanced AI that is available today. It's a multimodal AI, which means they trained originally on 4 different models using the text, audio, video, and it's the first time that the system is available for us. And it outperformed on this highest setting, it outperforms ChatGPT on all of the parameters. So this competition is going on right now. And another thing that is very impressive, what I was shocked about, is on all of these conferences, Microsoft, AWS, they almost exclusively were focusing on AI, talking about the productivity, talking about how things can be improved. And Microsoft even announced that Microsoft is a Copilot company now. Most of the things were about AI. And it's quite impressive. And productivity-wise, it's not only creativity. Productivity is something that can be applied for our everyday life, for our everyday tasks. For instance, they demonstrated things like on-the-fly natural language processing of the requests. When, imagine you're a CEO of the company and you want to understand how much the company spent on the travel for the last 5 months. And to make it more complex, you want to analyze how this expense is correlated with the performance of the sales team traveling. In the past, you would have to call the analyst team, you do the Power BI report, you spend several weeks maybe, the team come into a solution, they show in the report. Now, with GenAI, you can connect your data sources to these systems, and as a CEO of the company, you can task the question. Give me the performance of the sales team and connect it to the expenses happened for the last months. And you will get it in a way of report. You will get it in a way of the Excel spreadsheet or data. This is amazing. And this is tremendous improvement of the productivity. So, yes, it can help you to be more creative. It can help you to create new content fast and efficiently. But what if you are not a creative person? What if you're not working with, you not create anything, right? You're doing your regular tasks, and how can it help you? Well, it actually can. I work in the software industry, so we build commercial software. By the Gartner's report, about 75% of enterprise engineers will use AI to write the code by year 2028. Currently, it's around 10% already, and I strongly believe that it's going to happen much faster. The numbers here showing some productivity improvements reported by the people using Microsoft Copilot in this example, but there are many more. And I had an interesting conversation with one of my clients who is a CTO of enterprise company, and he gave me a very interesting example. One of his teams tried to work on the new technology, and he had no engineers knowing this technology. And the guy is very high level, big boss, with a lot of people reporting to him. He didn't write the code for the last 10, 15 years. And what he did is he took the GenAI system and asked the question how to write the code, let's say in Teradata. The system helped him. Then he used the same system to understand what is the code about. And it was unprecedented, and the team was shocked. To wrap it up, with great powers comes great responsibility. This is a famous word from the Spider-Man. It's a bit funny, but it hits home. We need to understand that these systems are very powerful. And like any powerful technology, it can be misused. We know the example from the past, like nuclear power is used for energy production or for the destruction of a nuclear bomb. These systems are very powerful, and we can simply imagine the time when computers will be much smarter than us. So we need to be responsible and ethical. Should we stop? Should we pause? I don't think so. We need to embrace it. To wrap it up, I think AI is for everyone. I think we need to embrace it. I think we need to learn it today, use it today. And what's important, not just read about it or listen about it, but try it. Thank you.